Hello viewers, Tim Poole here, editor of Gambling Insider. We're on the GI Huddle with Michael Baker-Mosley, CMO of IGP. Michael, thanks for joining us.
Lovely to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, it's great to see you again, a familiar face for many in the industry. A new role for you at IGP. Can you talk us through that new role and what it's like to be back in the industry? Obviously, you had your time with Canby previously, and you built up a fair bit of experience there.
Yeah, I wasn't sure that I would be speaking to anyone in the industry, because after Canby, I'm calling it my industry holiday. But I did leave the industry for a little bit. But like everyone who has a little industry holiday from iGaming, I was pulled back. I was pulled back by IGP, who I think from my side about building a brand and wanting to put yourself on the front foot and be that brand that everyone wants to be. IGP really wanted to be that company, and I think what the team have built, they've put the technology, the core platform together to make it a real proposition for the industry, and the opportunity to come back and see if I can build a brand again is too much to miss.
I think that's not unique to you, specific to you. I think people who do leave the industry, it's very easy to come back. It's fun. It's different. There's no. I was saying this to someone recently. There's no cliche. No 2 days are the same. In iGaming, actually, no 2 days are the same. There's always something new, always something different.
And do you know what? It's done me the world of good to spend a little bit of time out of the industry and then see what other people are doing. We do not have the talent that we need in this industry. There are some excellent people, and it's what keeps bringing people back, because you want to work with great people, but we are very insular. So it's done me the world of good to look outside the industry, what works, what doesn't work, bring some of those ideas back. But we probably need more of that and more new entrants into the industry as a whole.
So you mentioned IGP, which used to be iGaming platform, now it's IGP. Could be a new name to some in the industry. How are you looking? You touched on it a little bit already. How are you looking to build that brand sort of globally? Given it's a competitive space, B2B, there's a lot of brands around. How is IGP going to stand out?
So it's really difficult. If you look at just what some people spend on events or what people spend on their media, it is a question of how do you cut through the noise. I mean just that, people probably don't know who IGP are. They might know us as iGaming platform. We changed to IGP because we're a platform, we're an aggregator, it was white label casino, so we had to change, it had to become more encompassing. But there is a question of, with that sort of spend and firepower, established brands, how do you break through? And I think, if I wear my marketing and brand hat, the hat I wear, it is all about storytelling. I don't want to get too high and mighty about it, but if you think, we live in a very polarised world where, it's difficult to know what people stand for, what they do. And I'm not saying that, any brand needs to be a replacement for any of those, for any institution or something like that. But it does need to have a story. Anyone can offer sports betting odds, but what makes them different? Anyone can offer casino, and what makes them different? I think why I joined IGP is they are B2C led. They've got a B2C heritage, which means that they're not isolated from the technology they build. They've faced the consequences of poor tech, or poor suppliers. So for someone like IGP, they had a great story around, crafting this stuff, understanding the player, understanding the operators and their pain points, and then that's how you build great products, by solving that, right?
Yeah.
But that's just one example. That's IGP's story.
Yeah.
But for everyone else, if you've got to come into this with an idea of the problem you solve and why you're different, how you differentiate yourself, and what your brand story is, otherwise you're just going to get swallowed up in the world. The other thing is, some of these, in terms of your total audience, it's not like we have to be a mass marketing business. I don't know. So there's a few thousand people, that around the industry that we want to influence. No, you don't need to spend millions and millions to go after them. That's targeted stuff. And a good story is what's going to hook them in. And then, obviously, you need product and the sales guys behind it to really build on it.
I mean, as you say, targeted is a key word within B2B circles, as you say. There doesn't need to be this mass marketing campaign. And this marketing discussion is a nice segue into my next question. I want to maybe put you on the spot as someone who has somewhat of a background in marketing, as you say, with your marketing hat on. Maybe if you could walk me through some do's and don'ts of iGaming marketing. And I myself might have some thoughts on this, but as the foremost expert, what would you say? What would you say brands should avoid?
Can I update my LinkedIn to say Tim Paul has said? I'll take it. I'm happy to have it. So I think, audience is one. Who is that message going out to? I think for marketers in general, not just this industry, but across marketing everywhere, you would be scared if you ask how many marketers when last time you met your customer, person that you're marketing to. It's scarily low. It's not done enough. So they need to talk to their customers, because then everything else falls into it. What's your message? How do you reach them? Where do they spend their time? What's going to influence them? It makes life easier once you understand this. Then then you've got your own story that you can hit them with. I think in this industry, maybe it's because it's we're in the entertainment industry. The opportunity or the desire to overpromise is high in this industry. And what happens is that when you don't deliver, because it is a big industry, but it's small enough that if you get a reputation, people will people will remember that. Yeah,
you don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. If anything, you want to underpromise and hopefully overdeliver.
Exactly that. So I think obviously, know your story. You've spoken about that already. But I think they're probably the key things initially in my mind.
Yeah, I'm going to keep the theme of kind of things to do's and don'ts, but on a broader scale. So not necessarily just marketing, but a newer brand coming in. If you're a new firm in the industry, what are 3 things that you think you absolutely have to do, and 3 that you might be tempted to do, but you absolutely must avoid?
Yeah, so I think there are. I don't think this is necessarily a do or a don't, but I think quickly businesses need to, in the iGaming, understand if what they're building is a lifestyle business or a competitor. What I mean by that is, you see it all the time with game providers being bought by bigger firms. They come up with a couple of games, they're looking for an exit, for example, right? And they get bought. They're a lifestyle business. They've got no real interest in being, I don't know, next Evolution, next Sport Radar or something like that.
Those are the brands that would be acquiring.
Yeah. The smaller companies, lifestyle business. So there's nothing wrong with that if that's what you're. But if you're really looking to build, I'm not just saying this. They've got to invest in marketing. They've got to invest in their story, know how they're different. I think going back to reputation and not overpromise. We see a lot of issues with onboarding, bringing clients on. They might have great products, but if you're not scalable, if you're not able to take this to different regions and expand fast enough, you're going to be left behind. Or worse, you're left with a reputation where you can't be on. We can't on board with them. They might have a great product, but if you can't get it, if it's not available.
And that's maybe where that overpromising might come into it again as well.
Exactly that. Yeah. So I think. They're the big ones that I've seen that have caused people issues. I think it helps to invest in the community. The gambling industry as a wider, being part of it. There's plenty of companies who enter. They might spend a lot of money in year 1 of marketing, and they disappear. It's because they didn't think about it. They didn't really come into it. Because they wanted to be part of it. They came in it because they thought, I can make a quick buck here. It doesn't work.
This next question might be a little bit of a sort of a crystal ball question, but if you almost want to have the opposite of what you just mentioned there of make a quick buck and disappear into the history books of iGaming, if you want to do what, let's say, a DraftKings and maybe FanDuel did with fantasy and quickly rise to the top in US sports betting, what Leo Vegas did in online casino, what Bet365 did across sports betting, you want to become one of these success stories that almost becomes not necessarily, let's say, like a Googling something. That's maybe the ultimate example outside of the industry of being synonymous with kind of rising to success. I mean, I suppose there's a lot involved. You have to just be good at everything. But what kind of strategy can you implement to at least have a go at that kind of longevity and success?
It's an interesting one. I think longevity, because although their prominence has seemed instantaneous, some of these companies have been going for a long time. They have good core technology, they have a good core platform, they're scalable. DraftKings and Flutter, for example, Bet365 have a great core brand. If you look at someone like Paddy Power, I don't know if it's still the case, but their marketing lead has the Chief Mischief Maker or something like that. What a great title. They are investing in products. They're not just taking profits and run. They're reinvesting because they're looking to build something. Yeah. And I think, it's obviously debatable, but for longevity, I would argue that quality really does provide that longevity. It does, from a brand point of view and from a product point of view. If you can trust it, you can have confidence in it, and you're willing to build on top of it, people will go there. I mean, even with IGP, we've got a 99% plus uptime on the core platform, right? The amount of money that's lost by operators year on year by going down is outrageous. It's not the sexy part of iGaming. It's not the fun, the slots, but reliability is important, especially when you've got people who want to come out of the industry very quickly, who might not be there for the long term and might not invest in the boring bits. Yeah.
So the stability, the sensible parts,
Exactly. Yeah. Obviously, it's my job in marketing to package up those less exciting bits into something good. But being able to for one of the sales guys or even an interview like this, being able to walk in there and go, we've got a 99.9% plus IGP stability in the core platform.
Yeah. I noticed you dropped that in quite smoothly in there.
Thank you. I've been practicing. It just gives you confidence, and
it's a fact.
Yeah. But that's because somebody many years ago, IGP, decided to invest in the boring stuff. Yeah. So did Flutter at some point. So did DraftKings.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good that we're talking IGP because I want to bring my last couple of questions back to the business. Some big deals recently, including with Pragmatic Play and CT Interactive. What kind of things are you looking to achieve off the back of these kind of partnerships?
So these deals are crucial for iGaming Deck, which is a game aggregator solution. It's cloud-based, it's been built properly, API-driven. It's got it's fast to market. It solves a lot of problems for operators. But what powers it really are the partnerships that we form with Pragmatic, with Relax, with Hacksaw, all these companies. So it's it's building on that. We've had some great traction. We're starting to onboard clients now after the initial launch, and we're getting stuck into it. But the more partners we find, the more exciting it becomes, the more we can offer our customers. So they're super important to us. Yeah.
And last but not least, looking ahead, we've got 2024, pretty much most of it ahead of us. What can we expect from IGP and any fireworks in the pipelines?
There are a couple. Now I'm wondering, what can I talk about? And what will I get told off for talking about? So I think quality and crafting is super important to us. As well as me, we've got a new CPO, we've got a new CCO. So we've rebuilt the management team. That's now completed. We are now looking at adding some heads into different parts of the business, from technology to product, marketing, sales, right? So we're expanding that core, but all of that is to obviously sell more, bring our solutions to more operators, but it's also to build more scalability into product. So there's a real crafting job that we're doing at the moment of scalability. How can we deliver for so many of our customers and new customers that we want to bring on? But yeah, we do have some fireworks. We've got a fantastic crypto solution that's coming. I won't give too many things away, but once we've finished some solutions around the templates that we provide for our white label customers, the crypto payment solution that we're building, it is going to be a proper firework job, so when that comes out will probably be the middle of the year, and then people will get bored of IGP as we tell them all about it. But that's going to be our big firework for the year.
Well, brilliant. Well, plenty to look forward to. Great to have you back in the industry, and pleasure to talk to you as always, Michael.
Awesome. Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you.